Good morning, tribe. So this message is brought to you by Liberty University School of Music. Right now I am under the stairwell because college is, you can study in some of like the weirdest or coolest places ever. Anyway, I'm glad you guys get to meet in person today and hopefully get to see each other and interact with some of your friends that you haven't been able to in a while, and hope this is a really great morning, and especially for our students that just completed 8th grade, congratulations on moving up, and I hope you guys have a great celebration today. So today's lesson is about Deborah, and she was one of the female judges in Israel, and that God has equipped her to help encourage this leader named Barak. So God had called Barak to lead the Israelite army into fighting Sisera's army. And Deborah came through, and basically with her wisdom that God had given her, she told Barak, she's like, God has commanded you to go out and that you will be victorious to defeat this army. And so she was really, encouraging him to trust in God's plan. And trusting God is a big lesson for every part of life, really. And that one of my favorite verses is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, and submit all your plans to him, and he will make your path straight." So making your path straight and knowing all the answers seems like something we haven't gotten in a while, just because this year has been absolutely crazy. And I often want to know, where is the path that God is leading me so that I don't make any mistakes and I can make all the right decisions. But that's not always how God chooses to teach us what his plan is. But really, it's about giving up our thoughts, our desires, and putting those into God's hands. Because when our hearts are aligned with his, then he is able to do immeasurably more than we can imagine with what his plan is for us. And so even just in the past few weeks of being here for marching band and for school, he has really given me opportunities to trust him. And, one of those was ending a relationship. And that was really hard, but I'm beginning to feel God's peace about that. That he's given me a lot more responsibilities this semester, both in teaching at church and being a leader in the band, different ensembles, and just having a lot more people who depend on me now in musical aspects and the studio that I'm involved. But he's really going to be using me for different opportunities this semester. And I know you guys are probably also facing a lot right now as you're thinking about the transition, going from this super long summer break and going into either virtual learning or going back face to face. And there's going to be a lot of challenges that we'll have to trust God through. And one of those is a battle against the lies that the enemy will try to tell you, especially one that's been heavy this year, is feeling alone. And the band theme this year is Never Alone, which is really timely because God is always with us and that he will always provide you with that love and that comfort that you need. But I know going into school that you might think, well, what if all my friends are going to be virtual and I'm going in person? Or if all your friends are going in person, but you've chosen to stay in virtual school. Now, both of those can be the best choice for you depending on your needs. But I know it's hard not being with the people that you really care about and enjoy. And it'll be a tough transition. But God is saying that you are here and that he has a purpose for you, and he's going to be guiding you this semester and this school year. And you'll have a lot of challenges to face, but God will give you the strength to get through it. So going back to Deborah and Barak, that God equips people with gifts to be used for his glory. Now, he gave Barak this big mission of going and defeating the army, and maybe he's given you like a strong sense of calling and mission in your heart. You're just on fire for God. You know what he's calling you to do, and you just need the courage to go out and do that. And that's awesome. And maybe you're like Deborah when God gifted her wisdom and encouragement. She's not the one who fought in the battle, but Barak needed her encouragement and support to push him to make the right decisions and to follow God's plan and to trust God. And maybe you are that person who's the supporter for your friends. And maybe you have those friends as well. Because God has given each of us a mission and a calling. And we need to trust him. And when he works his plan out, in the end of this story with Deborah and Barak, they defeated the army. They were victorious. And they began singing praises to the Lord for his righteousness and his glory and his wonderful acts that he's done. And so I hope that as we go through this semester, you guys will take on your mission that God has given you. You will support and encourage each other to trust God, to follow his plan, even when it's really hard. But that in the end, we will all be singing praises to God because he's getting us through this. So I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.